At our $16 million Lava Butte project, we're getting the future northbound highway lanes ready for their asphalt paving. We've been hauling a lot of rock, laying it out, rolling it smooth. On the west side of the highway, we're getting ready to do more of the same, but right now, our crews are moving a lot of earth and rock to create the expanded path the new southbound lanes will take, soon to have 4 lanes available. In Chenault, crews have been laying the forms for the concrete foundation of a new train station there. The old one outlived its usefulness a long time ago, and the new building will provide a warm shelter for Amtrak rail passengers. About 9,000 passengers use the Chenault terminal every year, and the new station will be available for them by mid-fall of this year. Closer to Klamath Falls on Highway 97, crews are hard at work on a $17 million project that will increase the driving space between the mountains and Upper Klamath Lake. The 2-year project will end next year with a better margin of safety against rockfall. Crews will place more guardrail and barriers to improve safety by preventing traffic from leaving the highway in areas of steep slopes or roadside hazards. For sheer persistence in the face of preserving history, ODOT has embarked on a project to remove a dangerous curve on our highway east of Klamath Falls near the community of Beatty. It was over 2 years ago when archaeologists moved onto the site with the permission and assistance from the Klamath tribes to search for artifacts of a day gone by. These scientists are walking on ground that Klamath, Modoc, and Yahuskin bands first trod many thousands of years ago. In fact, there were people here before the eruption of Mount Mazama. Back when Mount Mazama was the commanding peak in Oregon, this was home to a thriving group of indigenous people. Their descendants themselves say the people have lived here from time beyond memory. This stretch of southern Oregon provided a bounty of wildlife for the semi-nomadic people who lived here. Big game was abundant, fish and other freshwater life helped provide food. But over time, the Klamath retreated from the site and their historical record was buried until now. Today, this is perhaps the most important location in Oregon where ancient history and modern transportation needs collide. ODOT has identified this stretch of highway as in need of a fix and requires some of this land to reduce a serious traffic hazard. So the agency is working with the University of Oregon and the Klamath people to locate and identify important artifacts from that time beyond memory so they can be studied, sorted, and stored so as not to be lost in the future when construction begins. It's a multi-season archaeological project that got underway earlier this year after ODOT and the Klamath came to terms on how to conduct the dig.
It was very controversial in the conception of this project. It took a lot of years to actually get this project to go through. I think the first time that it came before the tribes was in the 70s. They were pretty adamant in their rejection of this project. We've moved into the 2000s now, and we want to look at the living culture, and we want to protect our people now as well as the old ones. So that's why we're being real protective of the remains if any is found, being real protective of everything, and University of Oregon has been real helpful, as well as ODOT.
The first real getting down and dirty came late this past summer. That's when Dennis Jenkins of the University of Oregon brought a team of researchers from the U of O and members of the local tribes to unearth some of the important relics of the ancient residents. It's tough, dirty work, but the rewards, say the workers, make it worthwhile.
It's nice to find complete arrow points, complete obsidian knives, things of that sort. But it's more all of the little pieces fitting together to help us sort out the puzzle of an archaeological site.
Even though the work is being performed for ODOT, it's something the Klamath embrace, putting local tribe members to work on reconstructing their own history, including the descendant of the woman for whom the National Forest is named, the fearless Wainema, who became Toby Riddle, who was a translator for the federal government at the time of the Modoc Indian War.
I grew up here with all my cousins, and we used to ride all over towards Bly, towards Yellow Jacket Springs going that way, and out towards Sconching Flat, clear out there where it turns to Sprague River.
And as the diggers uncover even small remnants of evidence, even the fragments of freshwater shellfish, it's possible to put together a big picture of habitation in the past. And every once in a while, someone will unearth a real find, like the dart point that once fit onto the shaft of an atlatl, or lance, that an ancient hunter used to bring down big game. The diggers continue their work on site right up through the early snows of fall, preserving it so they can return next season and pick up where they left off. As if to underscore the importance of caring for the land, ODOT dispatched wildlife biologists to the source of a creek that will be covered to move fish species further downstream. Mostly they found sculpin or bullhead, put them into a bucket for transfer. Using a small electrical generator, they pushed fish into more open water for netting. Along the way, they drove a beautiful bull trout into the open where they were able to safely net it for moving.
It's given an animal a chance for a good life. So this area is going to be under the roadway here in another few weeks. So it's a very worthwhile thing to do.
And just a short time later, they released the bull trout a bit further downstream where it would once again swim in the open waters of the Upper Sprague River. ODOT will make improvements to the curve that will increase safety and allow better access for trucks to haul goods to market.